What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Real Estate Talk with Mark Cannon. That's me. So today we're talking September 2022 market analysis. Most people are saying right now, well, the sky is falling when it comes to real estate. It's not. And the reason I know that is because what the market's actually doing. So last month in my video in August, I said we had about 19,500 homes on the market for about a month. And right now we're at 19,800. So we haven't gained a whole lot. We've gained a little bit. So it's one of those that the market isn't drastically changing. Now, are prices changing? Yeah, they are. We're seeing prices drop. And that's a combination of things. First and foremost, we have some unrealistic agents and unrealistic sellers. People who still want to price things really high and then it's sitting, then they have to drop the price and all that kinds of stuff. And that's why it's important to have a good agent, because if you have to keep dropping your price down, you eventually just lose money because you could have priced it close to where it should have been and you actually may have gotten more money. So it's one of those that we're seeing. I mean, I'm running into that right now with agents that aren't comping houses and neighborhoods correctly, and they're looking for a certain number, and then I'm seeing sellers do that too, and it's just unrealistic. So having a good agent is important. But a lot of the uncertainty right now has with the economy. Inflation came out, I think it was today or yesterday, and it was still really high. It was over 8%. Then obviously the stock market took a little bit of a dip, and interest rates went up. We're just over 6%. So there's a lot of factors where the market is cooling, and especially certain cities here in Phoenix, in this area. And I talk locally specifically for a reason, because a lot of people talk nationally, and those numbers are good and everything, but I'm trying to help people here in Phoenix specifically. So there's principles in what I'm going to say that are going to apply nationally, but there's also things that I'm really trying to focus hyper specifically on Phoenix. So that way you guys know this market and these certain areas and what's going on in those areas. So really, obviously I've done other videos where 25, 30,000 homes in the Phoenix market is a balanced market. We're just around 20,000. So we're getting there. But right now it is technically a buyer's market. We're seeing these prices drop. So here's a chart right here that's just going to show a little bit. Don't get too lost in the data, but it's just showing that different cities are seeing different price changes. Obviously, a lot of the cities that are farther out are going to see bigger price changes just because you're farther out, maybe not as many buyers out in those areas. So what does that mean right now for you as a buyer or a seller or whatever it is? Is it still a good market to where you could buy? Yeah, it is. We're seeing concessions right now. We're seeing a lot of different things where we can negotiate for buyers. So it's still a good investment. Now, a lot of agents will just tell you, hey, just buy right now, just buy right now. And they just want a transaction. I don't work that way. So if I'm being real with you, could you wait closer to the end of the year? Yeah, you could. Yeah, and the prices may come down. I had said in my last video in August that prices will be 3 to 5%. I read it wrong. I'm trying not to look at my paper a whole lot. So I actually read it wrong. That was a different number. Really, I think over the next year, we're going to see a price change of 5, 10%. But the problem is if you wait, might happen like what happened in 2020 with a lot of people. They said, I'm going to wait to sell, or I'm going to wait to buy. Those that waited to sell probably worked out. But those that waited to buy didn't work out as well because prices just went up. And so they're like, man, I should have bought. Some people got priced out. So I don't want that to happen to people now. If you're planning to be in a home 3 to 10 to 20 years, it's a good investment right now. You can negotiate. You can get a lot, whether it be for closing costs or buying down your rate or whatever it is. So still a good time to buy if that fits you. I think everybody's different. So I try to help people understand that. But right now, it's one of those that for sellers, if you bought your home more than 3 years ago, you have equity. You can sell your home and make some money still, but you have to get it priced right. And that's why you need to have an agent that's being realistic, looking at the comps correctly, not finding a really high number just so they win the listing. I've lost listings because I didn't go high enough, and that's okay. Because for me, it's about doing the right price to try and price it aggressively. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball, so we don't know, what's the right price said that it'll sell in 4 days. Some people can do it, but most houses are sitting because that's what the market is. There's not a lot of buyers out there, especially because of, like I said, all the questions when it comes to the economy, different things like that. So as inflation gets curbed, I would expect to see interest rates to level out or start coming down some. So don't wait too long. We want to make sure that when everybody's starting to gain equity, you have a house. So if you have questions of that, let me know. Leave a comment. Contact me. Would love to help you. Hopefully that helps you out. You're listening to The Real.